Okay, so I just read the SPAD. This is like a back-to-back video thing. Well, one, I went to go pick up Malia, and her mom was already there. And instead of getting like really upset like I normally would, I called and said, hey, if you could, just let me know you're gonna pick her up. That way I don't come all the way down here to pick her up. And then two, I said, why don't we just set in stone that from this point on Mondays you're gonna pick her up. And it was a good conversation, and we ended it on that note. That's not the normal me. Like, the normal me, the self-centered me is like, what the fuck, man? Like, but I didn't feel that way because there wasn't that conversation that happened prior to. So I can't get mad because there wasn't a conversation acknowledging that every Monday this is going to happen. Now I have an expectation because we set it in stone, and that's the right way to do it. But the reason I did another video here is because I set up my phone to like read me the Just for Today and read me the spiritual principle of the day, and I thought the spiritual principle of the day, I thought that the Just for Today was spot on for me, but the spiritual principle of the day answered a lot of my, it's like I'm going through this. So I go to church, and they do these like 3-4 part series that go over a month, right? Or maybe sometimes over the month, you know, and they tie in what he reads into the theme. And I'm finding that like now I'm in a position to like really let go of something I've been holding on to, unwillingly holding on to. I don't know if that's the right choice of word. I haven't been willing to let it go. I've been wanting to just, I think what happened was I was so dead set that this was the right person for me. I had already made it up in my mind because of things that had happened, that I wasn't willing to accept that it was a season of my life. That it was just a season. That people are seasonal too. I wasn't willing to accept that. I thought I finally found the right person. No matter where they are in the world, I found the right person. This is how I want to be talked to. This is how I want to be treated. I've never been in a situation like this where I felt like this was the thing. I like the idea that it was going to take a lot of work and time for it to be something that clearly it couldn't. This person was smarter than I was in this situation. They had more experience than I did. And so they were a big season in my life, and I may have been just a small season in theirs. That's fucking tough to say out loud, really. But it's probably true. In fact, it is true. If they felt the same way I did about them, then they would have probably reached out by now. And they're able to not. I'm like an afterthought at this point. And that sucks to come to that realization too. If you just look at the evidence will tell you what is. Not feelings and not maybes. The evidence will always give you the truth. And the truth of the matter is that there hasn't been one message to say, hey, are you okay? So what am I holding on to? Right? But what I'm saying is, it was talking about the generosity, like, let's see here. It said, unrestrained generosity can harm both the giver and the recipient. Now, that's a concept I've never even heard of. And it's so true. It's so true. It also said in there that you can't draw water from a dry well. And I was trying to draw water from a dry well. And that's not to knock the person that I was trying to draw water from. They didn't have water to give. And I wanted some. Maybe in the beginning they had a little bit, but they barely had any water for themselves. So, something to really think about, because the argument I got in with this person was they were saying that. I didn't realize it. Maybe they didn't know. Or maybe they did, I don't know. But it's like, I don't want to not be generous. I don't want to not be kind. I don't want to not be giving. But is there such thing as too much? Or maybe there is. Maybe it's taken a lot of this time to reflect on that and realize that. I don't know. I do know this. I needed to read that because it was relevant. And I really want to stop. I want to stop obsessing over this. That's what I'm doing. I'm obsessing. I look at obsession as like to the extreme. And it doesn't have to be like quite the extreme. It doesn't have to be like you're up, you know, you only get 2 hours of sleep because of it, and you know, all you do is eat, sleep, and drink it, you know. Yeah, there's that obsession. You know, people who come up with an idea and then they just push that idea till it becomes a goal, and then that goal becomes an actual, you know, thing. So I need to donate my time to there's this thread going on. They're building a house and they need bodies to like move stuff, and I can provide that. I might not be a flooring guy, but I can be a demo guy. So I'm gonna donate my time, even if I give 1 day to that, and that's all I did was just 1 day. Wouldn't that be something else? So I'm gonna give next Monday to the church. I'm gonna give next Monday to the church and just be of service. I'll drop off the kids and I'll be of service until I'll miss the meeting, and I'll be in service until I have to get the kids and all that stuff. And that way I can be of service. Anyways, sorry, that was the thread coming through. But yeah. Well, I thought I would just chime in with that. That's it. I'll keep that one sweet and short and to the point. I can be too giving. And I have to have some healthy limitations to everything. Just balance. Still be decent and nice and everything, but yeah. That's all I got.